Breaking news. Putin and Lukashenko can't get us to play their music. Minimum required definition of Lithuanian. In light of the recent threat to attack Poland, Lithuania's Minister of National Defense Arvydas Anušauskas urged European leaders not to dance to the tune of disinformation of dictators Vladimir Putin and Alexander Lukashenko. Let's put an end to swaying to the falsehoods of Vladimir Putin in Russia and Alexander Lukashenko in Belarus. On July 24, he commented on Facebook about how much the Lithuanian army's skills and firepower had increased over the previous year and how much the same could be said of the armies of its allies. According to Anušauskas, Lithuania can destroy hundreds of armored and unarmored objects, including tanks, at once. Finally, let's not lose sight of the fact that we're part of the larger NATO military network, he remarked. The dictators, according to Anušauskas, should be scared of their own shadow, and not undervalue the power of the Lithuanian army, which will soon obtain additional capabilities such as HIMARS, NASAMS, and electronic warfare equipment. Lukashenko expressed his concerns to Putin about the Wagner Group mercenaries during a recent meeting. Yevgeny Prigozhin, leader of the Russian mercenary group Wagner, declared war on the Russian Defense Ministry on the evening of June 23, saying that he wanted to restore justice in Russia. After discussions between Lukashenko and Prigozhin, the one-day immunity was called off. Putin gave the Wagner forces a choice between three scenarios, one of which was sending them to Belarus. It wasn't long after that word spread that camps were being built in Belarus specifically for the Wagner fighters to call home. After then, satellite photographs of what appears to be a field camp for a private military contractor were made public. Lukashenko denied that there were camps for the Wagner forces, but he did say that they would be provided with accommodation if they needed it. The Ukrainian State Border Guard Service estimates that up to 8,000 Wagner PMC mercenaries could be housed in Belarus. While Ukrainian intelligence has been aware of the passage of Wagner fighters to Belarus, they have warned against jumping to any conclusions. It was later revealed that the Wagner fighters in Belarus were going to be training locals to fight. Secretary General of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Jens Stoltenberg backed up this claim, and on July 12 the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Belarus confirmed negotiations over the training of Belarusian special forces. Meanwhile, on July 14 the Ukrainian State Border Guard Service reported that Russian troops had left Belarus in large numbers, as part of the Kremlin's increased attempt to recruit soldiers to fuel its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The lower chamber of the Russian parliament approved a bill on Tuesday that raises the maximum conscription age for military service from 27 to 30. This means that all males in Russia aged 18 to 30 will be required to serve in the military for a year beginning on January 1, 2024, as reported by the Russian state-run news agency TASS. In order to become law, the bill must be passed by the upper chamber of parliament and signed by Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin has regularly called for an increase in the size of the military conscription in recent months so that Russia can send more conscripts to the front lines in Ukraine. Wagner paramilitary group leader Yevgeny Prigozhin said last week that his forces would not return to Ukraine to fight after moving to Belarus after an attempted mutiny against Russia's military leadership last month failed.